in this combat class this weekend, the majority of the vehicles pulling on the track will be between 20 and 30 grand. So that's no exaggeration on that. So it's definitely not a cheap hobby, but we're all addicted to it. So. Well, just covering the stacks up. That way, if it rains, anything like that, water don't get in the motor, anything like that. So just try to protect everything while we're sitting here waiting.
How'd your guys' initial inspections go so far?
Inspections went good. I think we had 12 things to cut. It wasn't not too crazy. Kind of what we expected to cut. We've prepared for it. The crew here is pretty top notch as far as the inspection crew goes. So it all went pretty smooth so far. So hopefully the rest of the weekend goes like it has started off. I'll be all right with it. We'll go to the driver's meeting and all that, and line them up, do heat draws, and that's when the fun begins.
Well, mine was. What usually happens in that driver's meeting? They just go over basic rules and stuff like that? Or?
Yeah, rules and what's expected of us drivers for the weekend, and you know, kind of what to expect, how the weekend's going to go as far as the schedule of events and all that, and any rule changes or anything like that. So that's kind of what's happening there. So,
any new stuff this year?
No. This being demo, I haven't got that far into it yet, so I don't know. It's part of the driver's meeting. They'll tell us any rule changes to expect, and yeah, it'll go from there. It'll be interesting. So the stick, of course, tells everybody that's your in competition or your pass-through tech, and if you get on the track and you got a break for whatever reason, that just lets your competitors know that you're done and out of the competition. Yeah, like I said, we had 12 things to cut. We had to get them all cut before they gave us a stick.
What kind of stuff? Can you like walk me around the car and kind of tell me what you did?
Yeah, so you're allowed 8 inches on your A-arm strap, and I was over that. I think I was at 10 inches. I decided to cut them down and cut all that plate off there and get it down to 8 inches. I had a couple extra fix-it plates. You're allowed 4x4 fix-it plates, 8 of them. I had 10, so we had to lose 2 of them. So just a bunch of things like that. I had bars going from the core support down to the front bumper to protect the radiator for another show, and that's not allowed here, so we had to trim those. So I had to cut the A-arm straps there. Like I said, those were 12 inches long. I do believe he's only allowed 8 inches, so I had to lose that 4 inches of plate. I had to fix a plate back here. I had to lose that because I had too many fixed plates, so we had to lose some of them. So you're always allowed 8, and I had 10. So yeah, I had to cut 2 of them off, cut them both off in the same spot on the other side. But for me, you know, this was pretty basic, so it wasn't nothing too crazy. It was fair inspection, I feel like. So we got through that at step 1. Step 2 is winter heat, and then hopefully winter the big dance on Sunday night. We did that in 23, and hopefully we can do it again here in 25. So. This started out as a 9802 Crown Victoria cop car, B71. We strip it all out, all the stock rear ends, engines, all that. We stripped down the bare frame and built it up from there. We got a 355 for a motor, 400 turbo transmission, 14-bolt rear end, Nearat slider shaft. So we replaced the whole drivetrain and put our own components in there. And then start looking at the rules to see what you're allowed to do or not, and push them as far as you can push them. If you can read in a rule and think you can get away with it by getting a competitive advantage over your other competitors, you got to do it. I mean, you know, if you go straight by it and stay in the, how do I say it, the least side of the build, you know, you got to go to the max, in my opinion, to try to get everything you get, be there at the end on Sunday night. Yeah, when you go to the inspection barn, you did something to your car that's going to be on the fence, whether it's going to pass or not. You got to have a good case put it together, because the inspector's going to question you on it, and if you don't have a good case to back it up, you're going to have to cut it. And sometimes, if you got a good case, you still got to cut it just to keep the field on an even playing field. So, yeah, you definitely got to know your rules and all that, and how to word it. That goes a long way in the inspection process. Everybody in that barn this afternoon got a lot of derby knowledge, been around the sport for a long time, so they know what you're trying to do. You know, and if it's something over the line, like I had 12 things that's over the line, they had made us cut it to keep the field on as level playing field as they can. So, but we know they're arguing the case, and they understand where you're coming from, but at the same time, as a competitor, you got to understand where the inspectors are coming from too, because they're just trying to keep everything as fair as possible for everybody. This stuff just don't slap together over a weekend. People put months and months of hard work and dedication into these cars, and people get emotional about it, but at the same time, you know, it's expected for, you know, everything that goes into these things. This car we got here for this event tonight, or this weekend, we ran this car here last year, so it's the second year on this car. But we started on it fresh last year. I think it was just after Thanksgiving. And we finished it up late May. So it was just me and my dad only working on it. A couple buddies pitched in when they could, but just me and my dad pretty much every night after work, Monday through Friday, from about 4 to 8 o'clock at night. And then on the weekends, Saturday and Sunday, me and him probably put 7 or 8 hours in on Saturday and at least another 5 or 6 in on Sunday. So we probably got 1,000 hours in this car. But like I said, it's just me and him only working on it for the most part. So it takes a lot of dedication to go to the garage and do what you got to do to put a competitive piece together to run against equipment like we're running here this afternoon. So there's days when you're in the garage, you're tired and you're stressed, you question, you know, if it's worth it. But you get here to the track at the weekend and you see the end piece, you know, it's all worth it. And especially if you come away with a win, it's special. For us, it's special when we can do that. But we won this event in 23. Came back last year and had just bad luck bit us. I mean, it happens, you know, you tried to do your best to prevent that, but luck didn't fall away last year. But we had a real good year in 23. We was able to come away with the win, and hopefully come away with the win this year. So, but it'll be fun either way. Have a good time. That's what it's all about.
What'd you learn from last year?
I had a power steering line break on me. That was the first time it ever happened, so I changed power steering lines. Yeah, so you try to do your best to prevent the fluke things from happening, but it seems like there's always something.
Yeah, like you said, sometimes it's just the luck of the draw.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm happy with the way the build turned out. You know, it's held up good so far. So hopefully it'll hold up through the weekend, which I think it will, but you never know. You know, as far as challenges goes, you know, there's always little things, but we built enough of them that we got most of the bugs worked out. It just takes a lot of time to build them. So we did the trunk a little different. And I'm happy with the way it turned out. Just learned how to put the deck lid in the way I wanted to put it in for this build. It was different, but next car I build, it won't be as difficult. I know exactly what we're going to run into. And
how many years did you say you've been doing this again?
So this will be my 15th year. 15? Yes, sir.
I'm sure you pick up a lot in 15 years.
Yep, and you know, you're always trying to learn something. You know, I've learned some things off this car, and I'm going to apply to my next car, and hopefully my next car is better than following cars. So you should always try to keep improving your builds, at least for me, and try to learn something. In this combat class this weekend, the majority of the vehicles pulling on the track will be between 20 and 30 grand. So yeah, that's no exaggeration on that. So it's definitely not a cheap hobby, but you know, it's a hobby. It keeps us all busy, and we're all addicted to it. So I'm very fortunate on that aspect. I got a great support system from my family, my mom and dad, my brother, my wife and kids. They support me in this. I got a great group of buddies that come to every derby I run, and you know, we've had some success, and that's the reason I'm successful. Is I got a great support system behind me, pushing me, and want to do whatever they can to help me out. So I think there's a group of 12 of us, 14 of us. It's all here to support this, and they're here to back me up with whatever I need. I can't thank that group of individuals enough. They know who they are. I don't need to name them, but I appreciate them.